Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Sean, we just got the injury report for tomorrow's game with the Saints and the Bills in prime time, and it's bad news for the Saints as it has been. Kamara is out, Ryan Ramchik's out, Marcus Davenport, Tano Passanio, they're all out. Armstead and Ingram are questionable. I mean, it's been a mash unit for this team. Is when you're missing Kamara, Ingram's questionable, all the issues that the Saints have had at receiver this year, and your two bookend tackles are both hurt, how do they even start to generate offense against the Bills tomorrow?
Hope the defense scores some points. I know that sounds crazy, and hope that Buffalo plays like they've been playing, Matt, which isn't very good, right? I mean, capable. It's not. I wish I could put my finger on, but I do know this: there is hope, and I'm going to tell you why. For any team, I live in Houston, as you know.
Yep.
The Titans are the number one seed. They've been playing great football. All of a sudden, the Texans, who are averaging about 15 points a game, and it's putrid, they go in there and they put it on and force 5 turnovers, and they are so undermanned against. Even without Derrick Henry, they're undermanned. So, you know what? The truth is, this is when backups, and I know it's for us as fans and media, it's like, come on, man, what are our chances? But that's when a guy like Siemian needs to elevate his play. That's when the backup, that's why you can't have a major distance when you're scouting or when you draft or free agents between the backup and the starter. Now, the backup's the backup for a reason. But it's cliche and it's cheesy, but that's the time you have to elevate. You want to stay in the league? You want to make your point? You're going against a team that was a Super Bowl preseason favorite in Buffalo. You have not played well. You're injured, and you're beat up, and it's a short week. Oh, well. And unfortunately, that's the way you got to look at it, because the Saints have gotten – I mean, their tides have turned, and injuries have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
But I always say this, Matt, and I was one of those backups. We get paid too. And I know that it's not a whole lot of comfort for those that say, well, we don't have much of a chance. But Buffalo has not played good football, and they can be beat by lesser teams and teams beat up. But the backups have to do their job, not just the starters. And then the starters have to elevate and bring people along. And I wish it was more they're more complex than that, but it's not.
Yeah.
You have to play well, and the coaches have to prepare them well and not be afraid to empty the bucket and play. You know, you can't play not to lose. You still got to play to win, because Buffalo is also waiting for a big-time performance from their team as well.
Sean, the other thing that's kind of been a big talking point here this week has been the Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill conversation. And if Taysom is healthy, especially with the contract the Saints gave him that was announced earlier this week, is it time to turn the reins over to Taysom for the rest of the year?
It is, and as long as, he's healthy. Because I told you 3 weeks into it, I said 3 weeks ago, if they're not generating, and I know the score looks different, but it was a valiant effort. But, Matty, you and I both know it was a beatdown early, right? Even though they didn't throw the ball well, and the physicality and the way the Eagles ran the football put them in a big bind. That's really was the difference in the game. And I like Trevor, but I said, hey, he stays. But if it gets to a point where we're stagnant, and the fourth quarter and the points, I get it. But at that point in time, Philadelphia was just trying to get out of the game and win and finish this thing. So slow start, can't do it. Got to start faster. You can't put your team in a bind with turnovers. And, yes, the contract is a unique one and a big one, and Taysom Hill's a good player. It may be time, not maybe, it is time to change the look up. Simeon's been in the position to come off the bench if he has to. I think you got to give him a good look. I think you probably play him, practice him if Taysom can go. And then you try to give the Buffalo Bills a different look. And what happens is the Buffalo Bills have to prepare for both. Mm-hmm. And that uses up a lot of practice time for your defense. And this is a team that's struggling. So if it was me, Sean Payton's smarter than I am, but is coming from this Sean, I think it's time for a change-up, because the spark has not been there. It's been average, good at times, but the overall 4 quarters sustaining it, it's time to give him a change-up pitch, and Taysom Hill's the Swiss Army knife to do it.
Sean Salisbury is our guest. What did you think of that contract and the way it's structured?
I love it. Well,
okay.
Why not? You give a guy who, and I know when you look at, man, he's making a lot of money, but Sean loves him. We know the Saints love him. He and Deebo Samuel are the best Swiss Army knife change-up pitches, a jack-of-all-trades kind of guys in the league. And they are tough to – defensive coordinators are creatures of habit, and they're obsessive-compulsive. You could run one jet sweep or one reverse or one quarterback option, and they'll spend 2 hours on a practice field or in meetings trying to defend one play because they're afraid that's going to be the difference. Or the pitch, all those things, and it uses up practice time. It does. I've been on the field with guys, with defenses, if you get a guy that's a little different, and it's crazy. But I love it because if he's the starting quarterback and does his thing and stays healthy, pay him like a starting quarterback. If he's the Swiss Army knife and you're using him at different positions, pay him as that. I think it's unique. I think it was a wise move by his people to take it. And I think it's a smart move by the Saints to say, if now the Saints can control that, hell, they can make him the running back, tight end, H-back special teams guy that way. But if they want to keep winning and Trevor's not doing it, they don't have their starting guy there, why not put him in there? Reward a guy. I have no problem when you reward a guy for earning it. And I have no problem for paying a guy who's quite frankly earned the non-quarterback part of it, and at times the quarterback part of it right now. I think he's a unique player, and he brings a unique benefit to the football team. And if the head coach and the front office love you, that's all that matters. And I think his teammates love the way he plays.
Hey, Sean, Saints, Bills. Sean Payton, since he's been the head coach, they played on Thursday night in the Dome 4 times. He's 4-0, and he's 12-0 on or around holidays as the Saints head coach. How about that?
Well, good. That'll make my betting line nice. I know who I'm picking now with all the injuries. This is the perfect time to take the Saints, brother.
I was going to ask you. I don't know how much attention you pay to the spread, but this is such a heavy public Buffalo play. It's up to 6, Sean. I mean, this just screams if ever there was a time for the Saints to rise up and play a great game, this is it, man. I kind of have that feeling they're going to do it tomorrow in the Dome.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to bet. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to bet the Saints in this game. I'm going to have a little fun bet on the Saints and hope that Sean Payton continues his domination.
Me too. Hey, before you go, LSU, Texas A&M, you're right there sort of in the heart of Aggie country. You got a quick thought on that game Saturday night? I'm
just anxious to see how they use their offense and going out, and how Texas A&M responds to this. My thought is both teams at times would like to play better, and offense for A&M's if A&M's going to move on and dominate down the road, and both offenses got to get better. And we know the physicality, all those things. I know that LSU would love Jimbo Fisher, and everybody's going to be talking about it this week because of the situation, but I'm anxious to see how these offenses play, and how the physicality is, and the quarterback position will be an extra focus for me. It should be fun. I love this weekend. So many good games.
Tigers are about a 6-point dog in Tiger Stadium on Saturday. A lot of people like LSU maybe to spring the upset. We'll see how it plays out. Sean Salisbury on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered. You're going to have to join us each week here during the football season. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, man. Thanks for making some time.
Happy Thanksgiving. I love you, brother. I'll talk to you next week.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.